Here we're working with composite functions. We are given f of x is defined as 4x plus 1. G of x is defined as x squared minus 3x plus 4. And we are trying to find f of g of negative 2. Now there are two ways that I can approach this problem, and I'm going to show you both ways. The first one is I could find f of g of x first, and then input a negative 2 into the function that I get, the composite function. So in order to find f of g of x, I need to take f of x and plug g of x into it. I know that it's not the other way around because g of x is on the inside, which means I'm going to plug g of x in for f of x. So let's rewrite f of x, 4x plus 1, but instead of x, I'm going to leave a big blank. And into that blank, I'm going to put g of x squared minus 3x plus 4. Now let's do some simplifying. First, let's distribute the 4. I get 4x squared minus 12x plus 16. And don't forget the plus 1 here. So then when I combine all of my like terms, my final composite function is 4x squared minus 12x plus 17. So I just found f of g of x, but I don't want f of g of x, I want f of g of negative 2. So now I need to take a negative 2 and use that as my input into this new composite function. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a negative 2. Negative 2 plus 17. So let's do some evaluation here. I first need to do negative 2 squared, which is 4. Then I can jump into my multiplication. So I get 4 times 4 is 16, minus 12 times negative 2 is plus 24, and then plus 17. So go ahead and add those together, and you should get 57. Now, like I said, there is another way that you can do this problem, and that is I could work from the inside out. I could find g of negative 2 first, and then use whatever I get there as my input for f. So if I find g of negative 2, what that means is I'm going to take the function g, and I'm going to plug a negative 2 into it as my input. So let's do a little bit of math here. I'm going to do negative 2 squared is 4. And now let's do the multiplication. 4 minus 3 times negative 2 is going to give me a plus 6. And then plus another 4. So 4 plus 6 plus 4 is 14. So now I found g of negative 2. So let's take that and use this as my input now into f. So f of 14, f is 4x plus 1. So my input is 14 plus 1. 4 times 14 is 56. Plus 1, I get 57. Notice either way, I get 57 as my final answer. So you can choose whether you prefer to do the method in blue over here, where you find f of g of x first, and then input your number, negative 2. Or you can do the method in red, where you work from the inside out. You find g of negative 2, and then use that output as your input for f of x. Either way, it gets you the same answer.